Hey, what's up, everyone? Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show, Style, and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. I wanted to bring two really hot stories within the Real Housewives world. The Real Housewives franchise is definitely hot this week with all of this huge news. So I definitely wanted to jump in. I know that you've heard these stories between late last night and today. And so it's just early evening here in the Midwest, but I definitely wanted to, bring these stories to you. So thank you for checking out this video. Please hit the like button. It will cause YouTube to recommend this video to more people. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to my channel, Show, Style, and Spirit. I do a variety of content, including some interviews with some reality TV stars. I do TV show recaps. I enjoy television, right? And then I also talk about more serious stories that relate to wellness and self-esteem and the Black community unifying. So definitely check me out. I'd really appreciate it. So the first story that I want to get into is Drew and Ralph Pittman calling it quits. I want to save more time for the story involving Candiace Bassett and Michael Darby, because that will be a little bit more detailed and we'd have to walk a little bit more carefully around that. But with the Pittmans, they are calling it quits. As you know, Drew Sidora is an actress and she's also a reality TV star on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And they have announced their divorce. Initially, we heard that Ralph Pittman, her husband, filed for divorce initially. Then we later learned today that no, it was Drew Sidora who beat Ralph to the courthouse by just 1 hour when she filed for divorce. And allegedly, according to reports here on the Neighborhood Talk, that Ralph allegedly became physical with Drew, which prompted her to file for divorce. So let's jump right on in. As you can see, I'm sourcing again the Neighborhood Talk, and we're going to go through some of the information. So, yesterday the news broke out that Ralph Pittman filed for divorce, and then today we learned that it was actually Drew who decided to file. And according to the divorce complaint obtained by TMZ, Drew claims that their relationship became verbally and physically abusive, and Ralph couldn't keep his little friend inside his pants. So according to court documents obtained by TMZ, actress Drew Sidora claims that Ralph was not only physical with her, but that he also cheated. And she says that Ralph is a serial cheater, with women even coming to Drew with text messages talking about him cheating on her. And she actually went into details about last month. They had an argument where he actually grabbed her phone. She fell to the floor. And when she tried to get her phone back, Ralph said that he pays the cell phone bill. Therefore, the phone is his. And I'm going to give my opinion on that in just a moment. She says that Ralph yelled at her, saying that he paid the cell phone, so the phone belonged to him. And then she considered leaving Atlanta with their 3 children and going to Chicago, where she'd feel safe. She's from Chicago. Her mom, I believe, lives there. And Drew is also alleging that Ralph withdrew a large sum of money out of her account. The couple tried counseling, but obviously it has been unsuccessful. So, a couple of things. Number one, the whole story of him filing first, I assume that someone probably sold that to the blogs. I believe it was People magazine, people.com, that reported it, that Ralph filed first. And also, there were always that hint of perhaps is Ralph cheating on Drew Sidora. Drew joined the Real Housewives of Atlanta during season 13, and she talked about how he went to Tampa, Florida. He was gone for a few days, and he never said what he was doing down there. He never said, oh, I'm buying real estate, or, I am going to get it on with a bunch of hot Cuban women. He never said anything. And Drew never got an explanation. So that's definitely very suspect. It always seemed like he would gaslight her. And from what I can tell, I feel like Drew, she's still in that people-pleasing phase where she just wants people to like her. And I think that that same energy applied to her own husband. Even when she interacts with the Real Housewives, the cast, I feel like she's trying to get them to be her friend. And I think that they sense that, hence, like they're not really friendly to towards her. So that's just my opinion. Now, in terms of Ralph saying to Drew, I paid the cell phone bill, therefore the bill is mine, the phone is mine. I also read on another website that allegedly Ralph put in the court documents, in the divorce documentation, that he has been the main breadwinner and that she has not contributed to the household financially. I feel like that is a weak argument. Who cares? Especially if you're supposed to be the man. If you are the man of the house, why does it even matter that you have been the primary breadwinner? So I just feel like, okay, and I don't know. He says that, it kind of made me think like, did you start dating her because she was on the game? She did the TLC film that was, a while back. Did you expect her acting career to continue to grow? That's why you got with her. And now you're convinced it's not growing. So now you want to divorce. It was just weird. Like, so what if you've been the main contributor? You're the husband. I mean, are we going to be consistent with traditionalism? You can't just want to say that you're the head and she's supposed to put up with your behavior, your choices, your attitude, your words. And then on the other end, you're not into traditionalism and you want her to contribute financially to the household. I just don't understand the inconsistency. So don't be surprised when a woman is inconsistent, okay? So that is that. I feel like, Drew, cheers to you. I don't care who filed first. I believe that you're going to be better off without him. And it's a new life out there for you to grab hold of. And you're going to be fine. Just make sure, because you are in the reality TV space that's very fleeting and unpredictable, I would not rely on Andy Cohen and Bravo for money to provide for your kids. You know how to sing. You need to seriously write some songs and start streaming music and start promoting it. And you need to try and get back out there with acting. Even if you write your own projects, you need to do that so that you can get back out there. You're a beautiful girl and you seem very nice and professional, like you'd be easy to work with. I think that you need to get back into acting for sure. So now let's get into the Real Housewives of Potomac, where Michael Darby is suing Candiace Dillard Bassett for defamation over the oral sex claims, and he wants $2 million. Okay, so I'm just going to read and then give my commentary, okay? So Michael Darby is coming after our good sis Candiace Dillard Bassett. He's suing her for defamation after she alleged that he paid to have relations with another man. According to legal documents obtained by TMZ, Michael wasn't feeling Candiace's comments during this past season, season 7. Candiace and Ashley were going back and forth during one episode when Candiace said, "Your husband likes to leave you and go to a man and suck on his you-know-what." Michael apparently sent Candiace a cease and desist earlier this year about her comments, but claims no retraction on her part has been made. So, with defamation, so I studied journalism at Michigan State University, go green. And I learned that, of course, you're never encouraged to lie, right? But when someone files a defamation suit, the burden of proof is on them to prove what their truth is. And then we were always taught that defamation wasn't the easiest thing to prove. And that even with celebrities or public figures, they may not even always bother because it could really open up a can of worms into their own life in order for them to prove truth. And when I think about that, I just think about being a kid, a little girl, and being with my mom and going to the grocery store and seeing the tabloids. When I was coming up, the celebrities that were always getting made fun of on the tabloids were Michael Jackson, Oprah Winfrey, and Whitney Houston. And they would always say horrible things about Oprah's weight, Michael Jackson's looks, and, Whitney and Bobby. So I don't really recall them really suing. I believe one time Oprah did sue over something. But my point is that they let a lot of foul stuff ride. And I think they just wanted to ignore it and keep going about their business, making their money. And so with Michael Darby, he never knows if Candiace has a receipt. He could be just trying to really bug her and stress her out and get her to spend money on attorney's fees. It's very obvious that Michael Darby does not need $2 million. He is, I believe, a real estate developer. And, he supposedly owns land in Somalia, Africa. So he's definitely wealthy. I think he just wants to do something mean to Candiace, but he doesn't know if she has a receipt. So I just kind of feel like, is it really something? I don't think that it will be. I don't think it will turn out to anything. But on the legal side, I'm definitely not an attorney, so I don't know Candace's defense. If she has a receipt, then boom, there you go. But really, it's on Michael to prove the truth. And I think it was just a matter of he doesn't want her talking about him, kind of like a keep my name out your mouth type of deal. But that's different from defamation, baby. Defamation, you'd have to prove truth, Michael. And, that is that. So let me know what you all think. Do you think that this lawsuit will go anywhere? Do you think that Candiace has a receipt on Michael Darby? And also with Drew Sidora, what are your thoughts about, Ralph saying that she has not contributed financially to the household? I believe that a woman should always keep a job. I don't care what a man tells you. I don't care what his finances look like. Like, I can't even imagine like being put out of a house. Do you all watch The Real Housewives of Miami? Lenny, he is taking Lisa through a real life waiting to exhale. She is Bernie. And he keeps telling her, you need to look for a place to stay. And they have two small kids. I could never. I will always keep a job. There's just no way. And I even think about, I think about these things like if I got married and then my spouse moved into this house, I wouldn't even ask for 50% on the mortgage. Although I do not live in a community property state, I just would not want the spouse to ever be able to say to a judge, although I'm not on the title or the mortgage, I have been giving 50% of the mortgage, and here's proof. I just wouldn't want that at all. Now, just give me some money every month or something towards the utilities, the water, things that they're using, but definitely not a full 50% split. Because if we, God forbid, got divorced, I wouldn't want them coming after my ish, that I worked hard to get. So please let me know what you all think about these stories. And definitely, I thank you so much for checking out this video. Again, please hit the like button. It would really help me out a lot. Also, I'm working on another interview. I don't want to say what it is. The assistant is nice. It's just like hard to get them to respond on like a regular basis. But I've already have questions prepared, and I am just hoping God will manifest that for me. And so, send me your positive energy, your prayers, all that, so that it comes together. And thank you again for checking out this video. I hope you're doing great and take good care. Bye-bye.